So what's funny about this tip, okay, is I get a tip, and at first it seems nice. It does. But then as I read it, it's a troll message. Now, I gotta follow up to something that happened last week. It was actually 1 week ago tomorrow. I started my Baldur's Gate 3 playthrough. Okay? Let's talk about this, because I think this is something that we should talk about as a community and figure out how to handle this stuff. Okay? So when I started my Baldur's Gate 3 playthrough, alright, people were saying, people were being very generous, okay? And while people were being very generous, a lot of contributions were coming in. And I'm shouting them out one by one that morning. And all of a sudden, I get a whopping $200 tip from someone. And that's insane. I usually don't get tips that large. Just so everyone knows, if you're not a regular around here, you don't watch my stuff all the time, there's no one that comes in and regularly is dropping these ginormous tip bombs or anything like that, right? It's a community effort. You know, a little contribution here or there adds up. That's how I make my living. To get something significant like that is huge to me, all right? So I'm super appreciative. And I'm like, all right, let's read out this message. So I start reading it out, and the message, I'm going to paraphrase, obviously. But the message obviously says something like this. So just so you know, I'm a detractor of yours. I outright am admitting openly that I'm a hater of yours. But it's good to see you play Baldur's Gate 3, and because you're doing that, I wanted to contribute. Here you go, right? Something like to that effect. Now, I want you to think about this, all right? A lot of people say that my haters are my biggest fans, that the people who don't like me, or at least are in communities that like to dump on me, right, are the people who watch me more than anyone else. And in a lot of ways, even though as much as they say they really don't like me, it's bullshit, because in reality, they do like me, because they wouldn't watch me as much as they did if they didn't, and they want me to continue to be successful, because that way they have more to talk about. If I were to go away overnight, they have nothing else to do. So they'd prefer to have me continue on than not, right? And so you might say, well, in regards to that contribution, okay, is it real or not? Is it valid? Well, it's real. It's there. It's in my PayPal right now, right? It's good. But here's the thing that a lot of people don't realize about PayPal contributions, right? They're not permanent. When someone tips via PayPal, PayPal has all these different policies, right? And so, I hate to say it, one of the policies I disagree with is that if someone lies, outright lies to PayPal, which, by the way, is a crime. Just to make this perfectly clear, if you lie to PayPal about the nature of any transaction, you're committing fraud. It's literally a crime that could be prosecuted if PayPal so chose to investigate and prosecute it. Now, do you think PayPal is going to investigate and prosecute a bunch of small tips? Of course they're not. You know, if someone was sending thousands of dollars over PayPal regularly and lying about every transaction, then maybe you'd actually get investigated and be found guilty and go to jail. But for just a common person, this is not stuff that they're going to do, right? It's just something they're going to let go. But in regards to PayPal, when someone tips, sadly, there is something called a chargeback. And for those who aren't aware of the ins and outs of PayPal, what a chargeback is let's say someone sends a payment. Let's say someone sends me a $50 tip and says, Phil, Merry Christmas. And then they decide to contact PayPal and lie and say, oh, I never authorized that tip. I don't know where that came from. I want my money back. So now PayPal has to file a claim. And that claim hits me and I lose that $50. And now it's up to me, and I know this sounds crazy, but it's true. It's up to me to try to prove to PayPal that that was a legitimate tip and that I should keep the money, right? Now, what do I have? Well, I have a stream, right, where I talked about it. I probably shouted it out. I have the reference of when it came in. I have all that information. So a lot of the times what I will do is I will send PayPal, hey, here's my stream. Here's the moment the tip came in. There was a pop-up on stream. I shouted it out, and that coincides with the tip that they sent. You can see that text message in the tip. It's all legit. So unless they can prove that someone had unauthorized access to their account and sent that without their permission, that's a legitimate contribution. That's a legitimate tip and should be kept. Okay? So that's basically what I have to do. And this is completely hit or miss. Over the years, Sometimes PayPal 100% will side with you. Okay, you're the streamer. We got it. We saw it on stream. Good. You're good. Keep the money. Case closed. And then other times they'll say, well, we want more information. What information? I don't know the person. It's tips just coming. How the hell would I know anything more? What do you even want me to say or prove? And they don't tell you. They give us more information. What the fuck do you want? Do you want, you know what I mean? Like, do you want me to hire a private investigator to find out who the person is? I don't know what you expect from me to keep this stupid tip. And that's really the problem for me, is that it's not consistent. If there was a consistent criteria that PayPal used to say, this is legit and this isn't, this is covered and this isn't, then I'd be happy. But they don't. Over the years that I've been a live streamer since 2017, right? So now you're talking over 6 years. They're all over the place. Sometimes they're good and sometimes they're bad. Sometimes they're on your side. Sometimes they just take the money away and there's nothing you can do about it, right? So I want you to think about this. Someone sends me a $200 tip and says outright in the tip, I'm not a fan of yours. I'm actually a detractor and a hater. But because you're playing Baldur's Gate 3, I'm supporting you with it. How can I trust that tip? At any moment, the rug can be pulled out from under me, and that person can decide to lie to PayPal and say, oh, I didn't send that tip. I didn't mean to do that. That was an accident. And now it's on PayPal to make this determination of if the tip's legit or not, which it is. Legally, it is. Obviously, no one hacked the person's account to specifically send one tip just to me and only me. You know what I'm saying? It's the most ludicrous thing that PayPal would believe it. But again, they don't have any set criteria. So that's really the problem here with PayPal, is that it's inconsistent. So in the case of me believing certain tips or not believing certain tips, I usually always give it the benefit of the doubt. But in a case where someone's going to send me a tip and they're going to outright say something like I'm a detractor, then I'm not going to believe it. Because chances are, somewhere down the line, whether it's today, whether it's tomorrow, whether it's a week, whether it's a month, someone's going to try to pull something. Just recently, in the month of November, I had tips from back in early September that got charged back. That now I'm being told those were fraud. And that, you know what I mean? And I'm like, well, that's 2.5 months ago. Obviously, there's nothing I can do to really defend that, and that's money that already I thought I had and I spent on bills and things, and now you're taking money away from me. And how is that right? How is that my fault? Why am I being punished? Right? It's bullshit. So that's what I mean. When I get certain tips and people say certain things in those tips, I don't know if I can believe them or not. I don't know if that's something that can be depended on or not. I would hope so. Like, for example, if that person last Monday, that $200 tip is legit, thank you. That will help a ton, especially now around the holidays. That's going to be something very positive. But I don't know if I can trust that or not at all. I have no idea if that's something that's trustworthy or not. It very well may not be down the line, but I hope it is. And that's great. I would hope that person, even if they don't like me, have been watching the Baldur's Gate 3 playthrough. They're actually liking it because they're seeing I'm giving effort to learn it. I'm working with my audience to make it the best playthrough it can be. And I hope that they're enjoying and they feel like they got their money's worth, right? So there you go. But I don't know. So why am I bringing this up now? I just received a $12 tip. It's from someone who's being listed as anonymous, so it doesn't have any information. And it says, Merry Christmas, Phil. And then it's an insult afterward, right? It's an actual detractor meme. So how do I know if this is legit or not? This could very well be someone with bad taste thinking that reiterating a dumb detractor meme is funny. It's not. It makes it that I'm skeptical, right? So I have no clue if I can trust this person's tip or not, right? I would like to count it and say, hey, let's count it towards the stream, towards our goals. But I'm not going to. I'm just not going to. And I'm gonna now lay down the rule. I'm starting today. If you're gonna contribute to my streams, don't reference detractor shit. That's the dumbest thing you could possibly do. I don't care if you participate in detractor content. I can't make you not do that. I can't make you not watch these idiots out there who make a living making fun of me. Okay? In fact, I don't care. I don't pay attention to them. I don't even know. Like I said, I haven't been paying attention to anything they're doing. They very well could have come up with 20 new negative memes about me in the last couple months. I don't pay attention to them. I have no clue what's happened. I don't give a shit. I'm happy to stay out of their circles of bullshit. People come in here and try. Did you know that this person just fucking get right out of the chat right now? I don't want to hear your nonsense. You're out. Bye-bye. And then we just move right on as if it never happened. I think people at this point know the rule of thumb. I don't play that fucking bullshit game. And if you come in here and you try to talk negative, you're just out the door. No one gives a fuck. Right? So, that's the case. And that has always been the rule, by the way. Is that if you come in here and you reference detractor stuff, you're out. No one cares about it. This is a positive community. I don't care about people ragging on me. Let them do it in their own content. Leave it off of mine. Okay? So in this case with this tip, I'm going to lay down the law right now. Listen, I appreciate the tip if it's legit. Thank you if it is legit, and I hope it is. But I'm not counting it on my stream because you had to say something very stupid in the tip message. Don't do that. Same thing with the $200 tip or everyone else. Just don't do that. Even if you are a detractor. If you want us to contribute, just contribute. You don't have to say the dumb thing like that, and the next thing I know if I can trust you or not, right? It's messed up. So, it's that simple. You know, and again, someone says, who was it? I don't know. It's anonymous. It's not even like it's a name that I can recognize. Say, oh, I know that person. It's anonymous. There's no name included with it. It's just an anonymous tip. So I don't know who the person is. They could be legit. It could be someone who's actually tipped before, and they just decided this time to put in a stupid detractor meme with it. I don't know. I don't care. I'm just not, like I said, I'm not playing that game. I'm not wasting time on it. So that's my new rule of thumb. If I see contributions come in and they say anything stupid meme detractor related that's negative, I'm just ignoring it. I'm sorry. I want to give you credit for your contribution. Then don't say the dumb thing because I can't trust it. I can't trust it if there's a chance that these idiots are going to charge back and commit fraud, which is a crime. They don't care because they think they can get away with anything on the internet, right? It's happened a million times before. I'm sure it'll happen a million times again. So, you know, if I see it, that's it. It's just, I'm not paying no attention to it anymore. It's just as if it never happened. Okay? So to this person, sorry, I want to count your tip. But you said the thing you said, and now I'm going to ignore it. Sorry. I wish you didn't do that. I wish that you were smarter than that, but you did the dumb thing, and now I'm just going to ignore it. Okay? Okay. I received a... hold on. Actually, I should read the tip before I actually say this, shouldn't I? Hold on. Here you go. It is. It's an idiot. So there you go. I'm very glad that I did that. Okay. All right. So, there you have it, folks. Let's get to shout-outs because there's more. I want to say shout-out to Gaia1 because Gaia1 just gifted 3 more memberships to the channel. And they went to the following. Ash10, Inara0192, and Camo. Right? Very good. Very good. So thank you all there. Well, thank you. Not thank you all. Thank you to Gaia. And congrats to you all is what I meant to say. So now we have hit that members goal that I was looking to hit on DSP Gaming for today. So thank you very much to Gaia. Because of you, we did it. We hit 650. Now, if we hold 650 today, that'd be great. We've got to see what happens over the course of the day. But I'm at least happy that we did hit it. So thank you so very much. And congrats for anyone who got a gifted membership this morning. Congratulations to you. Be sure to thank Gaia for all these gifted memberships, right? It is the season of giving, but it is also the season of thankfulness and gratefulness. So be sure to be grateful for the contributions, all right? All right, so as of now, that's what I've got for shout-outs. Sadly, I don't have a tip that I can call out that's legitimate or at least dependable enough to count. So we'll wait. We do have some time. I guess what we'll say is since we got about 20 minutes left on the show, give or take, let's do some Q&A. I'll open up the chat if you guys want to talk to me. Please tag me in the chat. Let's see what's on your mind this holiday season. Anyone have any burning questions or opinions or topics you want to talk about or let me know about that I'm not aware of or whatever it may be? Throw them my way. Okay? Let's see what you guys have to say this morning, and we'll go from there. And if anything else comes in contribution-wise, I will shout it out. Can we do one suggestion today? Just one? Do I even have it open? Let me look. So here's a funny one. I'll read this. You ready? I'll read this one because this is hilarious. because people always accuse me of being a hypocrite, but then there's things they say about me are factually untrue, making them hypocrites. So here's an example of this. This is pertinent to what just happened, okay? Don't bring up trolls, detractors, haters, or other creators every stream, then say that you're above the drama. Why did I bring up trolls, detractors, and haters today? Because I just got a tip that I don't know if I can count yet, and I wanted to explain the situation so you guys know what's going on. Did I bring them up outside of that? Unless there's something pertinent to the situation that's going on during a particular day, I don't go out of my way to reference that stuff. Why? Because I don't care. I don't at all. I don't care about anything that happens outside of this stream. All I care about is what happens with you and me. That's it. Me and my content, and you guys, and in your interaction with me and enjoyment of it. That's it. But if I'm getting a tip that I don't know if I can trust, and I have to explain to you why, now I got to bring it up. But that's hypocritical. How? There was a direct cause and effect. Someone tipped with a troll message in it. I reacted because I wanted to let you know what was going on for transparency purposes. It wasn't, I actively went out of my way to bring up the trolling. I wanted to let you guys know what was going on. But to them, any moment that I bring up anything of that, oh, that's hypocritical. Okay, if you say so, but you just need to open a dictionary. I don't think you understand the fucking word and what it means. You just believe what everyone says around you because you're gullible. Like, there's no hypocrisy there. I don't want to bring them up. I never would have brought that shit up if it wasn't for the fact that it affected me directly on my stream, right? So there you go. It takes a tremendous amount of time. Nobody will take it seriously because discussing dramatic things and saying you're above it is a hypocritical stance to take. You don't have to try so hard to be holier than thou. You're right, I don't have to try so hard. You're right. But the thing is, these things attack me at all times. I'll give you some examples. This year, right? I didn't want to be involved in any kind of drama at all. How many people outside of my direct content tried to pull me into drama this year? I want you to think about that. All right? And maybe if you're only here on this stream, you wouldn't even be aware, and that's a good thing. There's so many people who think that it benefits them to drag me into their shit. You know? It takes a tremendous amount of effort, a tremendous amount of self-control and discipline to not bring that stuff up. Right? And I ignore it on purpose because, number one, I know it doesn't benefit anyone here for me to address that nonsense. There's so much toxic stuff out there on the internet about me. Why do I need to address any of it? I just ignore it. It's just nonsense to me. I mean, come to my stream, enjoy what's happening on the stream. That's all that anyone should ever care about. Right? This is my stream business to you. This is my public face. This is what matters. Nothing else. But that's the problem, is most people who have issue with me don't have real issue with this. They have issue with other shit that's bullshit that they made up, or, you know, they want to bring up to try to pull other things to be dramatic, right? Things, oh my God, this thing is happening. That thing happened behind the scenes years ago. This happened there. Who cares? Are you enjoying today's stream? Are you having a good time with me? That's what should matter. Not all this nonsense that people dug up out of the dirt that has nothing to do with anything and isn't anything publicly presented to you as a product to consume. That's not what it was. But that's how these people are, right? So, that's the point, is I don't go actively out of my way to bring up drama or any of this stuff. It's others who try to pull me into their vortex of bullshit, right? And so every once in a while, sadly, I do have to bring stuff up, because then sometimes people, oh, I heard this, there's this, what's this confusion, what's this? And then sometimes I have to clarify, right? And that sucks. I don't like having to derail my positive content to address a bunch of toxic idiots on the internet, but I have to sometimes, and it is what it is. But why do you think a lot of those people have so much issue with me? It's because I won't play their game, right? And you say, you don't have to act holier than thou. You know, you're right, I don't have to, because I don't have to act when it's true, all right? But the fact that I tell you I will not involve myself in their drama, I will not degrade myself to that level of toxicity and negativity. I'm here to just put out positive content. That's a fact. That is not me pushing an agenda or a persona. That is a fact. I will not degrade myself to the level of the other scum on the internet who want me to be just like them. That is not me saying I'm holier than thou. Me stating a fact is not me pushing an agenda. I'm sorry, I'm not going to tell, oh, well, don't do it. So you want me to lie? You want me to lie? You want me to outright lie then? No, I'm not going to lie. I will not play their game. I refuse. As much as they absolutely, positively want me to. We just had Turkey Tom make a 2-hour documentary on me, which is just him regurgitating facts that my detractors say, right? And after that, he tried so badly to get me to do an interview, to make a comment, and literally he admitted publicly, and this was his big mistake, he admitted publicly why. Was he interested in my answers? Was he interested in having a real conversation? No, he wanted to milk me. He actually said this outright, and then after the fact, he tried to take it back, which doesn't work. Once you've said something publicly on the internet, you've exposed yourself. He wants to milk people for personal gain. That's disgusting. So if you think I'm acting holier than thou because I don't want to play a toxic game of milking people on the internet, then I guess I'm holier than thou, but that's okay. I'd rather be in that position than be someone who literally wants to use others to make money, regardless of the fact that the things you say about them hurt them. All right? I'm not going to play that game ever. All right? So, yeah, that's the situation I'm in. And again, why? Did I care about any of that shit? No. People start coming to my streams. Did you see the documentary? Did you do this? Did you do that? No. Leave me alone. I just want to sit here and play games and chill with you guys every day. I want nothing to do with that shit. I want to be left out of it completely. But then you got to pull me in, do podcasts about me, talk about me here, tweet about me here, this and that. And I ignore all of it, right? And the funny part about it is then you get a content or a thing like that, right? You totally get something like that and they're like, oh, well, you see, you're hypocritical. You act holier than thou. Just stop doing it. I'm not doing it actively. They're creating that situation. Them, not me. If you don't like that, tell them to fucking stop. Tell these idiots to stop bringing up Dark Side Phil because he doesn't care about you. You're wasting your time, you're spinning your wheels, and you're making him look better every time you bring him up because he doesn't play your game. If you have an issue with me looking better, then tell them to stop. I'm not creating the situation, they are. And they're too dumb to realize that it's not working. Okay? Their little flash in the pan money or whatever they make, it doesn't work long term, and I still persevered. I'm still here. I'm not going anywhere. It's never going to happen, the nonsense that they're thinking. Okay? So you're talking to the wrong person. Go talk to them. Tell them to stop bringing this up because it's all toxic bullshit. I'm never going to be like that. Okay? Sadly, I almost feel like when I read a comment like that, like that's what they're saying. Why can't you just be like everyone else? That's literally what they're saying. Phil, why don't you just be like everyone else? Why don't you just do the drama content? Why don't you slam everyone else who slams you? Why don't you milk them back the way that they want to milk you? Because I don't want to be a gross person. I have morals and values inside of me that were instilled upon me as I was growing up, right? Some of them were religious and some of them were just morals that I learned along the way. At the end of the day, when I'm done streaming, and I turn off my stream and I upload my content, I can say, wow, so today I played a game and literally no one got hurt, right? No one got crazily insulted to the point now where their reputation has been tarnished and they look like shit, right? No one got concretely injured. All I did was play a game and I did commentary. I had great interactions with my community. And what's funny is people even say dumb shit like, well, what about when you yell at people and insult them for their Street Fighter skill? Nobody cares. It doesn't mean anything. People always, when they play fighting games, yell at each other and insult each other's skill. It doesn't mean anything. It's worthless. It's just venting frustrations. It's not super serious. Playing a video game is not super serious. You want to know what's super serious? Doing a documentary about someone for hours, delving into drama for 2 hours that's not true, but presenting it as a possibility of being true because you gain from it and make thousands of dollars on it. That's harmful. Not me playing a video game and saying, wow, that person really sucked with Minot. Nobody cares about that. It doesn't affect anyone in any negative way. All right? There's a big difference. If you don't see the difference, you're a fucking moron, and that's the problem. There's too many fucking morons on this planet. They don't get it. They don't understand the difference. So, leave me out of all that bullshit forever. And if anyone brings me up ever, it just shows the content of their character. Because I have made it known, I want nothing to do with the drama of this community on the internet, that all they do is shit on each other for personal gain. That's not me. I want nothing to do with any of you. Leave me alone, and if you bring me up, you're a loser. You have no content, nothing positive to offer this planet. The planet would be better without you on it. And I will stand towards that statement. Yes, Earth, the planet, would be better without people who spend all day insulting others for personal gain. I'm sorry, it's just true. If people were focused on their own positivity in their own lives and bettering themselves and their communities rather than hurting others for personal gain, Earth would be a better place overall. YouTube, Twitch, every community would be better off for it. But sadly, idiots love that content, eat it up, and it becomes big bucks, right? And that's the problem. It's all about personal gain and money. It's any means necessary. That's how it is today. It's called any means necessary. No repercussions, no moral feelings of any kind of remorse or anything for what people do. Just hurt everyone around us for personal gain. Well, leave me out of it. That's not holier than thou. That's me telling you, leave me the fuck alone, because you're a bunch of losers who won't shut the fuck up and beating the dead horse with your same bullshit. Because that's the other funny part. It's always the same shit. They never come up with anything new. It's been the same stuff for like 6 years now. They got nothing else to say. They've regurgitated the same toxic shit so many times now. It's like someone vomited, ate the vomit, re-vomited it, shat it out, ate the shit, and re-vomited it again. There's no value to any of it, but you still got millions of idiots who watch it. They're morons. Okay? I don't want to deal with those idiots. I leave them alone. Leave me out of it. Okay. Let's see here. So, shout out to Big Mac, who re-upped his membership for 8 months. Says, you're the man, Phil. Thank you for your hard work. You're welcome. Happy holidays to you.